Hey, Social Cam. I wanted to just come to you real quick and do a little explanation. I've had a couple of questions over the past few days about what is lust and some other things, and how to really define lust. Some people have asked, and I just thank God for His Word, because I was reading this scripture and I was actually cross-referencing some other scriptures that I was reading on Wednesday in my own little study. And these scriptures came up, I came across them, and it had to do with lust. So I want to kind of bring to your attention Job chapter 31, the New Living Translation. And there's a couple of verses in here. There's one that says, verse 6, it says, "Let God weigh me on the scales of justice, for He knows my integrity. If I have strayed from His pathway, or if my heart has lusted for what my eyes have seen, or if I'm guilty of any other sin, then let someone else eat the crops I have planted, and let all that I have planted be uprooted." Then down in verse 11 says, "For lust is a shameful sin, a crime that should be punished. It is a fire that burns all the way to hell." It would wipe out, this is lust, it will wipe out everything I own. Job is talking about lust here. He's trying to prove his innocence, so to speak. So he's talking about how, he's abstained from lust, because if he didn't, this is what lust would lead him to doing. The first verse actually shows where he says, "I made a covenant with mine eyes not to look at a young woman with lust." Okay, let's talk about this. Some people really wanted to know what lust was and what was the difference between lust and being attracted to someone or things of that nature. But let me just say this. I looked it up in the dictionary, and lust is basically a strong-willed desire, a strong-willed passion that you possess, a craving that seems that it's unquenchable. And that's just the Merriam-Webster's definition. We don't have a sanctified definition of that, but the sanctified definition I would use is really lust is something that your flesh craves, your flesh desires, your flesh really wants to have. And if you really are dealing with lust, lust can grow in you and mature in you to the point where it makes you do things that you really think that you would not do in your right mind. I wanted to address the scripture. It says that lust will drive you all the way to hell. If you don't get your lust checked, if you leave it unchecked, I'm telling you, it is a fire that burns within you that will drive you all the way to hell. I know that my grandma always says that it's better to marry than to burn. And she says that jokingly. But I want to say, when she says better to burn, some people have lust so far matured into them that it's almost like a fire. It's consuming them, where it burns in them that they can't really rest or do anything else until they fulfill that desire. It could be for gambling, for food. It really doesn't always pertain to sexual acts and deeds in nature, even though it does. Some people have seen where their lust has caused them to do things that they really didn't want to do. I could raise my hand and say it has. So we want to really check ourselves, evaluate ourselves, and see, is lust really controlling us? I made a post earlier saying that most people, they have been controlled by their lust if they do not operate in the spirit. We have to, I know Donald Lawrence came out with this song about a year ago saying, "Let me be spiritual," but that is something we really should pray about, because we should always have a spiritual reaction and not a fleshly reaction. Our lust can really tell us what to do, how to do it, what to say, how to say it, but the spirit always has a different alternative reaction to anything. Your flesh when someone slaps you, may say cuss them out or slap them back. But the spirit, when someone slaps you, may say pray for them, or, you know, talk to them, ask them, you know, reason with them. Don't react out of your flesh. So again, let's check ourselves. I'm number one for this video because I evaluated some things in my life where I've seen where lust has controlled. And I want to get it right in 2013. I pray that you do. I'm going to come back with a part 2 so I don't have a long video.